Hi guys, so today we're going to be completing the Module 12 lab and it's utilizing Dreamweaver. So if you want to go ahead and open up Dreamweaver, this is the page that you'll see when you start. And we need to set up our root folder. So we're going to go over here to the Files panel and we're going to go to Manage Sites. And we're going to start a new site. So we'll call this Module 12 Lab. And then you want to put it inside a folder called Module 12. So I need to create that real quick. So that's going to be our root folder, and we'll go ahead and save that and click Done. Now for this particular lab, you're going to need 2 HTML pages. So what we'll do is we'll just start with Create New. And HTML is already selected. You can go ahead and click Create. Okay, so I'm in split view and it has the design view up here and then it has the code view down here. So if you'll remember from back in Module 2, we learned what all of these tags mean, and we're going to start by creating 2 linked pages. So we are going to have page 1. So if you want to go ahead and type that up here in the design view and then highlight that, and then you're going to come over to the insert panel and we're going to go down to hyperlink. And then just click OK. And it puts a fake link in there for us. Okay, then we're gonna do a few spaces over. If you want to put the vertical bar in between, you can. And then you're gonna type page 2 and highlight that. Insert hyperlink and click OK. So the tag for hyperlinks is the A tag. So you'll see that it has the open A tag down here in the code, and then the href and the pound sign. So right now it's a fake link because it has the pound sign there, but later on we can change it to go to the actual page we want. We just need to save our page. Okay, so we haven't saved our page yet, so let's do that. Let's go File, Save As. And we want it to be in the Module 12 lab folder. We're going to call this page 1. Make sure you use all lowercase, no spaces, and click Save. Okay, now we want to create another new page, but we can actually use the Save As command and just save this also as page 2, and then they'll be identical. And we can go in and change one of them at a time. Okay, so we're going to save it as page 1 and page 2. So you'll see that it has them both open now, page 1, page 2. So go to page 1, and down here in the href, we need to change where we're linking. And there's a couple ways we can do that. We can just type in page1.html, the file name, in place of the pound sign. Or we can go up to Window and Properties, and that will bring up another panel. I usually like to drop it down here at the bottom just so it stays down there. So if we click on this link up here in the design view, right now the link is going to nothing or hashtag. So we can actually type in the file name down here, or we can click on this little browse for a file. So let's do that, and we're going to link this one to page 1. So the page 1 link goes to page 1, and then click on the page 2 link, go down to the little browse file, and click page 2. So now you'll just see in the code all that changed was we don't have the hashtag there anymore, we just have the name of the file, which both of these files are in our root folder, or they should be. Yeah, they're there. It just took it a second to refresh. So we have the two files, and they're linking back and forth. So at this point we want to go to File, Save All, and I'll save both of them. Now if you want to test that your links are working, you can go down here to the little globe and preview it in whatever browser you like. So right now we've opened page 1. We can click back and forth between page 1 and page 2. It doesn't look like anything's changing, but it is changing pages. So now we can add specific content to each of these pages. Okay, so on page 1.html, let's change the title to just page 1. And then we're going to add a couple of lists on here. So I'm going to show you how to create a list. So you want to click in the design view, you want to click after your links and press enter a couple of times. And that's going to create some extra paragraphs down here. And then to create a list in Dreamweaver, you can just start typing the items on your list, and then you have like in your properties panel. So if you go to Windows Properties, you can see that there is a bullet unordered list, and then there's a numbered ordered list. So you can use those to create a list, but I want to break down what's going on in the code, okay? So let's make a list of colors, okay? So around after the paragraphs and before the body close tag, just press enter in your code view. So the unordered list uses the UL tag, and Dreamweaver gives you code hints that pop up, so it gives you kind of like a possibility. And then once you type that closing arrow, it actually puts the closing UL tag so that you don't forget to type that. So that's nice. So your cursor should be in between the UL tags, opening and closing, and press enter. You can press it a couple times, and then in between the UL tags, so that tells it that it's an unordered list, and then in between we have list items, or the LI tag. So the LI tag is where you're actually going to put your list item. Okay, so we're going to start with red, and then go to after the closing LI tag, press enter, and then you can create another LI tag. And you want to try and make it look clean so that it's lined up. And it's helping you out because it's putting the close LI tags. And you'll notice that as you're doing this, it's not showing up here yet. It won't until we click up there. Roy G. Biv, indigo, and violet. Okay. Alright, so this is our unordered list. It's going to come up with bullet points. So if we click up here, we'll be able to see it. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like in the browser. Now, underneath the closing UL tag, we're going to press enter a couple more, well, just once actually. And we're going to create an ordered list. So an ordered list is done with the OL tag. And in between those, we're going to use the same LI tags. So let me kind of format this a little bit better. So nested inside the UL tag is all of these LI tags. And now nested inside of the OL tags, we're going to have more LI tags, but we're going to have an ordered list this time instead of just bullet points. And actually, rather than typing all these, I am going to use copy and paste. So I'll just copy all these and paste them. Okay, since it's the same tag. Alright, so if you click up here again, now you can see the same list, but it's ordered with numbers. And it does that automatically. You don't have to tell it what number goes where. It just orders everything in this OL tag. Okay? So go ahead and save page 1. So that's how you do unordered lists and ordered lists. And then we're going to move over to page 2. You can actually put like a title up here if you want. Highlight that and format it as a H1 header. Okay, now we can go to page 2, and on page 2 we're going to practice using a table. So a table is where you have rows and columns, and you have different information in those rows and columns. So we're going to go after our page links again and press enter. Actually, I'm going to do it up here. So go after your page links and press enter a couple times, and it'll add these paragraphs, blank paragraphs. So go after the paragraphs in the code view, and to create a table, you are going to start with the table tag, and then it'll put the ending 1. Inside of your table, you're going to have rows and you're going to have columns. So the rows are defined first, and those are the TR tags. And then the columns are defined with TH tags. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's do a 3-row by 2-column table. So we're going to create a blank one for now, and then we'll fill it up in a minute, okay? So our first row is TR, and then nested inside of that, we're going to have 2 TH tags. Okay, so this is our first row with 2 columns. Now if we click up here, you're not going to see much except these little boxes. So let's put a little bit of a placeholder in here. Let's just put a hashtag in between each of the TH tags, and then we can see what's going on. Okay, so we have 2 columns, 1 row. And it will expand to fit the content that we put in between the THs. Now the next row is going to go after this close TR tag, so press enter, but before the closing table tag, okay? So that one's going to be TR, and then you're going to press enter twice again. And you can either like copy and paste this, or you can just type it out either way. Put the hashtag in there as a placeholder. Okay, so now we should have 2 rows with 2 columns. And then for the third one, I'm just going to copy all of that, including the TR tags, and then paste it after. So it might look like a bit of Greek to you, but this is setting up our table. So let's think about maybe what we want in our table. Let's just put the colors of the rainbow again. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Okay, so now we have the words in there, and we're going to look at that in the design view. So if you click up here, they should show up, and you should be able to see your table, what's kind of going on with your table. You can select the whole table if you kind of hover over the outside border in design view. And then down here in properties, it has the number of rows and the number of columns. And you can actually add a border here as well if you want to, so that you can see what's going on with the spacing. So if you add a border, see how it adds like the spacing. Also, if you click on that, you have the option to add cell pad. So try adding cell pad of 10px. Oops. Just put 10 in there, and it will add some padding around your table so that it doesn't look as squished. Okay? So this is how you create a table from scratch. Go ahead and save that. And then the first page is how you create list, unordered and ordered from scratch. Okay, so those 2 pages are what I want you to upload for today's lab. And remember to go to your Module 12 folder and zip that. So right click on it and send to compressed folder, or just go to compress. And that's what you need to upload for today. Thanks.